Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Designs, and I am your boy Lulua Mark. This is the second part of our project that we started. This is the latest project, and as I told you, it's supposed to be a 4-bedroom house, and this is the level where we stopped yesterday. We created the ground floor because it is going to have the ground floor and the first floor. We created the ground floor. We labeled the rooms, and then of course we left it at that stage. Now today we're going to focus on the first floor. We should be able to finish the first floor, and we see how far we can go with that. But of course, going straight to the project, sorry about that, we need first of all to create a stair here to take us to the next level. So now, to create a stair, you just go to this architecture, then you look for stair. We have this stair here. You click on that, and we have so many options here. There's this straight, then there's this full step spiral, then there's this center end spiral, then there's the L shape, there's the U shape, and of course here you can draw a run, then you can draw a landing, you can draw a support. So we are going to draw ours manually. We shall not use these auto ones. So now we can pick this run, then we draw it from here like this. And then let's say we have we bring it up to maybe here. This could be enough. Then you leave some space after drawing. You see this space I'm leaving. I can click here, then I start drawing it this direction. This space is for the landing, and then this one is for continuing up. Now we have to make it fit. For example, now if I click here, you see it is 1 meter wide. Then this one is also 1 meter wide. That means this landing must also be 1 meter wide, which is also 1 meter wide. Though I did it, I can't say it's intentional. This one was just, I think, by luck. But in a real sense, you're supposed to first create, let's say, lines. You first create lines, you measure them, then you can easily draw your stair in that line without having to manual draw it like this, because you need to really understand the measurements so that you don't make mistakes. So now we can easily align it with this wall. I can just come to my align tool here. I'll click at the edge of this wall, then I'll click that part of the stair. It will come like that. And then of course, if you want to reduce this gap in the middle, this gap here, you can actually bring this stair a little bit closer to the other one. You can also increase the size of the stair by simply just dragging these terminals to that part there. It will be able to increase the stair width or the surface. So it automatically calculates the number of stairs according to where it is going to stop. For example, now this stair of ours, if we just click on it, let me just click on let's see that. Let me see. If I come to, anyway, we have not finished it yet. Let me first finish creating it completely like that. Now when I select it, when you see down here in the properties, you will see the base level is the ground level. That's where the stair starts from. That's where you start climbing from. And then the top level is first floor. That means the number of stairs is automatically calculated according to the floor to floor height you're going to have. Now we have the numbers 19 steps, so it automatically calculates that, and the depth is 250 millimeters. and the risers are 184. So that is how you can create a stair. And of course it comes with this support. It comes with that support. You can customize the support as well according to your fittings or according to how you want it to be. Now the stair has taken a lot of space here, but I think that is okay. Now let's first go to the 3D. If you want to see this work in 3D, you come to the top menu here. You look for this icon that is in shape of a house. You can click on the drop down. You select the default 3D view. Then it will be able to show you what you have done so far. Now by default you are going to realize that our walls are really high. If I select one wall, you see the unconnected height is 8 meters, and yet our floor to floor height is 3.5. So we're going to, after selecting this wall, you right click on it, you come to select all instances. You can say visible in view or in the entire product. It doesn't matter for now, because we basically have just one floor in the project, so it may not affect if we choose entire project. So now I'm choosing visible in view. In the top constraint or the unconnected height, we shall change it to 3.5, just like that. Then enter. It will now bring the house to a normal floor to floor height of 3.5. Now you can be able to see the stair is here. You can now sit here. We shall have our door here. The main door will be here, and then we shall enter to the top level from here. So what we are going to do, we want to create our first floor. That is the floor on top of this one here. Now to create that, we could simply go to first floor and start creating it from here. But I wanted to show you another quicker way to do that, so that when you really want to achieve something that quick, you don't have to go manually. For example, if you know that all your dimensions are, the rooms are going to be the same as this, then you can use this procedure I'm going to show you. So in the 3D, I can select every wall here the same way we did. Right click, select all instances, visible in view. Now we have selected all the walls. You come to your copy. You come to your copy, you copy it. After copying it, this is copy from clipboard. Then you come to this paste, you click on the drop down, then it will show you these options. Now there's the first option is paste from clipboard. The second is align to selected levels. Now we're going to use align to selected levels. When you click on this, you will have this, and it will give you all the levels you have in your project. Now you select the first level. It is even automatically selected there. So if you had many levels, you could select all of them, and you just click enter. It will just copy and paste the floor to the next level. You see there, it has pasted. And if you come to your first floor, you should be able to see your walls drawn for you ready. And in the 3D, you can clearly see that we have this and the top level aligned together. When you come down here at this visual style, if you go to shaded, you can see it better like this. You see there, we now have the ground floor, which is here, and the first floor, which is up here. You see how easy it is to copy your project to the next level if you know that all your measurements and the rest of the things okay. Actually, you can just do that and you start changing things here later. It still works, because now you'll be less stressed to start drawing things manually again. All we need right now is to create the floor for this top part. Of course, to create the floor, we have not created even a floor for the ground level, so we are now going to create a floor. To create a floor, it's also simple. In your architecture, you come to this floor, you click the drop down, you select the first option which says floor architecture. Click that. The same way we edited the wall, we're going to edit this. You click on edit type, you duplicate it, you say floor, or you can write any name you want. For me, I'll just write floor, and I'm going to give it I'll just write here the millimeters as a reference. Then we come to the structure we're going to edit, and it has already given us the millimeter or the thickness that we need. Then in the material, I'll just click here. I'm going to create a material for it. So I'll just click on this, create new material. I'll right click, rename it. I'll say floor. Let's just say floor. Then of course in my graphics, I'll change the color to something a little bit brown. I want something a little bit brown, like that. That is okay. Then in appearance, I'll come to this asset browser. Then I'll look for tiles because I want this to be tiles. You can search for tiles, you can search for floor. It will be able to show you the materials you need for your floor. So now we have different types of tiles. We have ceiling tile, concrete, flooring. So I'll select the flooring. Then I think I'll go with this because I want something brown. It is looking ugly. Let me see. Let me go with that. So it's really yellow. So I will say apply. I'll say okay. Here I'll say okay. Then apply and okay. Now we can start drawing. I'm going to use these pick lines, to create the floor boundary. Then I'll give it an offset. Let's say offset of 500, just like that. And then I'll pick the exterior lines. I think let's pick the exterior lines for that side, and then for the front part, I'm going to increase the offset to 2 meters. Not yeah, 2 meters. Yeah, that will be 2000 millimeters, just like that. Then I think that is okay. I can click OK to finish because we don't have any lines that are intersecting. So when you come to a 3D, you'll see that we now have a floor here for our house. There's a floor here for the house. Now, I am not going to waste time to create the floor for the first floor. I'll just also copy this and take it to the first floor. But I think for now I'll not do that. I'll come to the first floor and create its own because I don't want to create it outside. I want to use the interior sides of the wall. So now we shall come to the first floor. You open your first floor, come to architecture, you select the floor again. This time it will give us the floor we already have. We go to pick line, we pick the interior sides of our house, just like that. When you come to your 3D, you should be able to see it already has the floor up here as well. You can no longer see down. Now we have an issue here. You see our the staircase has been covered by the floor. That means we need to edit boundary. Now if you want to edit boundary, I can either select it. It's easier to select it from here, 3D, Then you can now go to your first floor. After clicking on edit boundary, you go to your first floor. Now you have to remove this from, you need to remove the stair from the boundary. So it will still come to pick lines. I'll pick the exterior lines of the staircase, just like that. Now I can use my trim to extend. I extend this to this, I extend this to that. That is all. When you click OK, when you come to your 3D, you will now see that the stair is clean. The stair is clean. You can now simply walk here like that. So now we have created those. Let me see what else we need. Now for this upper part, I think this wall is going to extend all the way to this side. I'll simply come to modify. I'll select this other trim. I'll bring this to that, something like that. Then of course I want to align. I'll align this with this, just like that. Let me see the down one. The down one is not properly aligned though. I'll come to align. I'll align this to this, just like that. Now I guess they are properly aligned. So yeah, that is okay. Now this house of ours, for it to work well, we need to give it the doors, the windows. That's what they call wall openings. We need to give it wall openings. Make sure you always save your project. Yesterday, in the first part of this project, I didn't show you how to save your project, but let me first extend this to this, like that. Now if you want to save your project, let me also extend this. This one can just extend to here, like that. If you want to save your project, you just come to this file and then you go to save as. You select this project. You can save it as template or project, but I will advise you save it as a project. If you save as a project, you will be able to find it in Revit. Anytime you open Revit in your recent projects, you will be able to see this project. But if you save it as template is basically like one-time thing. For example, you want to use someone's computer for your work, but you don't want them to have your project in their Revit library. Once you are done, you can save it as a template, you pick it away, it will not remain in Revit. But if you save it as a project, it will remain in the interface. So in the recent projects, you'll be able to see them. That is how you save your project in Revit. Now we're going to start putting our doors and windows. So let's come to the ground floor. Now if you want to place a door, you just come to architecture, you look for a door, which is here, you click on it, you come and place it here, just like that. Now when you come to 3D, you'll see the door is here. Now there's one thing that I will want to tell you. These doors and windows that you find in Revit, they are really, really basic. They are so basic that you may not enjoy them. They don't give you the options that you want. For example, someone wants a glass door, a sliding door, a hinged door. You can have double doors. If you want those doors, you have to download them. You download them from the different online platforms like 3D Warehouse, Revit Library, SketchUp files. You go and search them from your Google and download. you can easily load them in Revit. Now I'll delete this course. For me, I already have the library. I'm going to use my library. Now if I come to door, after selecting door, I'll come to this load family. See this load family. When I click on it, it will take me to my files where I've kept my libraries that I've downloaded. So I'll just look for them. I'll say Revit libraries here. Now you see, for me, I've downloaded all kinds of doors here. So I can look for the kind of door I want for my house. For example, this is a sliding door. So I can just open it, then it will open in Revit. Remember, I first selected door, then I went to load family. Now I'm loading door family. If you select a different family, you cannot load. It will refuse to load. We have curtain wall doors and all those stuffs. So you can download. Now it is loading here. As you can see, these are heavy files. That's why you see it is taking time to load. Now it has loaded. It can only detect the wall. If it is not on the wall, it will be inactive. Once it detects there's a wall, it will become active. Now if I place it here, you see it is really a very big door, a huge door. If I come to 3D, you'll see how big it is. You see that? Now this is a real glass door. Now I can edit this. I'll just click on it. Come to edit type. I can change a few things. For example, the width is too much. Let me just say 2.8, maybe something like that. And then here the height is going to be 2.5. Let me also give this 2.5 anyway. 2.5, 2.5. I'll say apply. I'll say okay. Now like that it fits well in my project, this part where I want it to fit. Now I can just do the same for the first floor. I can come here, then I'll just go to door. Now that we have it here, you simply place it. You just place it here where you place the other one. Now when I come to my 3D, I'll see something more organized like this. See that? Now I have my doors for both down and up. However, the up one really is going to be a curtain wall. I'll not use it as a door because I don't have anywhere that I'm going to use this door for. But I'll create a curtain wall that looks like this door so that they can complement each other so that they look nice. Now that is it for the doors. I think we need to reference to our project as well. You see this and this. Now we're going to create our windows. Now for windows, you do the same. You come to architecture, you click on windows, then you come to load family. You also come and check the windows you want from here. So this is a double what? Let me see. Let me look for window. There's one window here. And that is a window. I want to look for another type. I don't know if I have other types. There's another window here. So I guess this one can work for us. I'll just click open. Then I wait for it to load into Revit. Let it load. Now it is loading here. Ready for us to, it has loaded. Now if I place it here, then I place another one here, just like that. Then when I come to the 3D, oh, I've placed it in the upper floor. Now let's try and customize it a little bit. I'll select it and come to edit type. This time I want it to be almost like the door. The height, the width, let's say it should be 2.5. That's like the door. The height itself, let's say let it be 2 meters. Let the height be 2 meters. I'll say okay. Okay. Let's see the changes. You see now it's a little bit big. Now let me see this wall height, this door. This one I'm going to make it 2.5. For now I'll select these windows, both of them. As I hold the control to select both, I'll give it the head height of 2.5. The head height is where the beam starts from. Now, as I selected both, if I want to create these same windows on the other ground floor, I'll simply come to this copy. Remember how we copied the elevations? You copy and then you drop down this paste. You paste from selected levels. Now I'll select the ground level. I'll say okay. They will just pop down like that. You see how easy it is to copy and paste from Revit? That is how quick it can be. Then this, let me just edit this door. I'm going to give it, I'm going to reduce the height from, this will be 4.90, 2.490, yeah, 2.490 to give a head height of 2.5. Now like that, the head height will be 2.5. So that it can balance very well like that with the head height of the windows. So now you can see, I think we are moving on well. Yeah, we are moving on well. Now we have other sides. I think we shall need this kind of windows. I can select this. I come to this tool that says create similar. You click on it, you bring one here. This one will give natural light for this staircase. Then I can have another one here, let's say for the kitchen. Then another one here for this room. Then I can have another one here for this room, just like that. Now I can select this. I hold control, I select that, select this, select that. Then I come to copy. That is copied to clipboard. Then you drop down. Then you go to align to selected levels to the first level. Click OK. Then you'll see it has pasted them here. See that? They have all come here the way they should. Now we are going to have another set of windows, because there are some areas that need a different set or smaller one. For example, the washroom needs smaller windows. So now we are going to do that. We still go to architecture, window, then load family. This time we shall go to, let's say I saw one. It's either this or let me check around. This is a door. It's a door. I think it is this one only. So we shall open it. Let it open into our project as we wait for it to load. It is loading. Now it has loaded. I can now place it here. Then I can I can place it here. Let me just say, yeah, I can place it here, something like that. I believe those enough, but I'm going to try and increase the height. You click on one, you come to edit type, you go to these heights. Now the width, we may even bring it smaller, let's say to 800, but the height I want to increase it to 2.5, just like that. Apply. Okay, you see now it's very tall but thin. Now we want, I think it will make more sense if the height is the same as the height for this. Let me see the height for this. The height for this is 2 meters. So now I'll click on this edit type. The height will be 2 meters so that they can match very well. Okay, like that. Then now the head height, I'll just bring it to 2.5. Now if I want to select all of them, I'll right click on this, I'll say select all instances in the entire project. Then I give it 2.5 as the head height. I don't know why the head height is not perfect, but you can also align these things right away. When I come to align, I click on that part. Let me see that part and align it with no, let me try again. There and there. You see how Revit can align things right from 3D. So that is how you can also try to align them from 3D. Let me try this one here. Just come to your line, then you make sure it is that top part that is highlighted alone, not the entire. I'm seeing it is selecting the entire window instead of that line. It's a little bit tricky here. Let me just pick that. Okay, and then this, and then that. No, not that. Cancel. Come to align. Now this time I can even use this. Can use this. Can come to that, just like that. Okay. Let me see the head height of these ones now. 2.8 something. I don't understand why it will have a different head height and yet physically they are aligned together at the same head height. Anyways, now we have to extend these ones. We have to copy them to the top part. So I'll click on one, right click, select all instances in the entire project. I'll copy to clipboard, paste, align to the selected level. That is the first level. Okay, then they will go up just like that without wasting a lot of your time trying to take things up. So this is how you can easily align these things from one level to the other and copying things from one level to the other. It's one of the new things that we wanted to introduce in our project because in all the projects we have been doing before, we have never done this. Now that we are done with our doors, windows, actually for doors we are not yet done because the interior doors are not yet done. We shall come to architecture. We go to doors, load family, then I want interior doors. I'll just now go for a simple door, especially this one here, or this one, yeah, any of these really, I can go with that. Then I load it into my project and wait for it to load. So let's wait. It is loading here. Loading, it's loading. It has loaded. Now we can start placing our doors. One will be here. One will be here. One will be here. Like that. One will be here. Like this. One will be here. Like that. One will be here. Like this. Then I need a door here. Like this. Okay. Now I'm going to split this wall. I'll come to modify, then I pick the split tool, then I'll split this wall anywhere here, then I'll try to drag this one a little bit this side, then I also drag this a little bit that side, so that we have this area as an open space to the living room, just like that, so that we can have you can easily move from here. Let me see this space here. That's 900. That is enough for movements. Then at this side to here, 700. People can also move from here. So yeah, these can work. Now I think this door, I will remove it. I'll split this wall here. Instead of that door, I'll just align this with the line tool from let me first drag it a little bit here before I can align it. Pick the line tool, you align like that, so that this can also be an open space. Let me see the distance, 850. Yeah, I think that one works. That one is okay. Now we need to think about this room. There's this room here. We need to think about its privacy because the door is directly seen this other door. Now, in a normal circumstance, you are not supposed to have a room that is facing directly like this. But this is just for knowledge purpose. But when you are doing your own designs, you make sure all the rooms are having their doors covered or hidden, like this room here. I can actually make what I think I can do is I'm going to merge, but not here. The best option would be to have these two rooms as different rooms, then this one to be the master bedroom, then yeah, that will be really a good plan. But of course we're doing this for knowledge purpose, and we're not going to focus so much on how functional the floor plan is. What we want to learn is how to really create it. Then you can take your time to think about the functionality, how best you can make it functional. So yeah, I think now that we have this door, you hold on control as you select many of them. You can select all of them like this. Then I'll just come to copy. I'll copy to clipboard. I'll come to paste. You align to selected level and it is level 1. Okay. Now when you come to your first floor, you see all the doors have popped up here. The only thing that is remaining are these ones. Now I can split my wall here and here, and just simply make it align with this. I make this one align with that. Then here, I thought I splitted it. Let me split it again, just like that. Then I can align this to this part, then this to that part, just like that. Now everything that is on the ground floor is also on the top floor. When you see from your 3D, you should now see things like this. See that? We have this, you can enter from here. We have this, we have those. So yeah, I think the wall openings are complete. The wall openings are complete, and the only thing that we are left with, is to maybe place some few components here. But before we place components, I think we should cover up this house. Let's cover. We are going to create the top floor to cover this part. So I'll just come back to floor in the architecture, floor by architecture. Then I'll come to pick lines. Then I'll pick still the interior lines, just like that. Just like that. I'll click OK. That is in the first floor. However, the offset, the base offset, because now Revit is complaining that highlighted floors overlap. That means we created two floors in the same place. Revit does not accept that, and practically it is not accepted. That is like you having slab on top of another slab. So the offset is going to be 3.5 because that is the height of the wall or the level. So now you see it has come to the top part here. Now in the 3D you can't see anything inside now, unless if you go to what they call section, or you do callouts. You can also, yeah, those ones can help you to see what is taking place inside. Now the house is taking shape, as you can see. I think we can even do the roof, yeah, but roof is a big deal. I see it will need some bit of time. So let's first try and put some components in this house, so that you can know how to place components. Now the same thing we did for the wall openings, doors and windows. You just come to component, you come to this component, you go to architecture, you come to component, you drop down, you say place a component. This time it is not a window or door, but you place a component. Then you come and load family, like that. You go to load family. Now we have a lot of components that we have to place, but we shall try and see what we can do. Now let's try and see with this kitchen. I'll just select this kitchen layout. I'll open it in a Revit and wait for it to open, and you see the magic. You'll see the magic. Let it load. One thing you need to understand with the Revit is that it only has almost, I think, 99% of the components are downloaded. Now you see this component can only be placed if it has also detected a wall. So it is a wall member. It's not really a wall. It's not in the wall family, but it has to work if it is built from the wall itself. So if you don't have a wall, you cannot place this kitchen layout. Now here I can click, it will come there just like that. Now you can't see this in 3D unless if we do section or if we crop out. For example, if I say I want to crop, let me just crop here just like that. I can choose to crop. Now cropping will basically what it will crop up some parts like that. Let me hide the crop region. Don't crop, do not crop. Then hide the crop region. Now what we should have done is not really cropping, but cutting a section. But of course that you can only do from the properties. Here you look for section box, this part here. When I make it active, it will show you this section box. Now when you bring it down, something like that, it will now reveal for you what is inside. Now you can see the kitchen layout is there, and you can see how it looks like. You see that? That is the kitchen layout we have for our kitchen. Of course, I don't want this section box. I just wanted to show you. Let me cancel that. Then I click on the section box. Actually, I'll just come to the properties. I'll untick it. Then it will bring our house back to normal. So that's how you can use section box. That is an extra knowledge for you. My project is becoming a little bit heavy. It is lagging. Now back to the ground floor. You can still come to architecture, components, place a component, load family. This time we can pick something else. I think I can pick this couch, this one here, for the living room. I'll just open it. I'm going to just show you with a few components. I'll not do for the entire house. Now when I click on this, it really doesn't show you this as a chair. When I come to this visual style, I select let's say shaded. It will change everything. Hidden lines, then fine coarse. Now from this detail level, I've given it fine coarse. Let me just delete this. You see now the chair has been placed there, and of course that is how you can place a chair in your house or in your design. So yeah, I think these two components can act as an example for the rest, and I've shown you exactly how to do it. You come to your components. If there are these components like chair, kitchen layout, and the rest, you come to components. But if it is door, you go to door. If it is window, you go to window before going to load family. So I think that one is well understood. That should be well understood. And of course, I am thinking, since we are left with now roofing, we're supposed to do the roofing. After roofing, straight away we go to facading. But you see, roofing is another big deal. It needs proper time, and I believe we have talked a lot in this video. If you start doing roofing now, you'll get really confused. That's why I always prefer to have my projects in sections or in series or in parts, so that you you take time to understand. We don't rush you, so that you understand every aspect that you have for that specific part of the project. So for this specific part, the part 2, I think we should stop with it here, so that when we come back, we should now start with the roofing. From roofing, we shall now start with our facading. So if you found this video useful, please make sure you subscribe to Lulua Tech Design, you share with your friends, you recommend, and you can also comment. So of course, I will see you again in the next part of this project. Please take care. Thank you.